Hello, lovely people. We are in with wisdom, embodying energy, embracing seasons. Already final week of September. After a lovely talk with Lisa and coming into the equinox, today we are gonna pause and take some time in the edges of the balance and equilibrium from the equinox to savor
Mhm.
also all the movement and the changes in energy through the months of September, and some will be guiding us into our bodies and into our feelings.
Mm. The equinox was only a couple of days ago. I mean, we
Yeah.
usually put these videos out on a Wednesday, and that would have happened just earlier in the week. And what was something that I took away very much from Lisa's talk was around this notion of it's not just necessarily this peaceful point. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually there can be a little bit of chaos and a little bit of movement, and there's a bit of this and that it's just noticing. And I've really taken that with me for this month
Yeah.
on that conversation.
Now that I listen to you and revisit again Lisa's talk, it comes to my mind the word orienting and reorienting. It's like
Mm,
orienting, like we want to do, no, coming into the body, but also orienting ourselves. Where are we? And
yeah.
and, and it's a feeling when I came back from vacation, no, from the holidays. You enjoy a beautiful time away, which also is a change. You need to
Mm,
reorganize around new day, new habits, a new environment. And when you come back to your known environment, you go through a phase of reorienting, right? It's an environment
mm,
you know, but you have been transformed and changed through the journey, and coming back into this known landscape, it might also be a moment, you might also need a moment to orient yourself, right?
yeah,
And
definitely. That's such a beautiful kind of notion that you're sharing today, and that orientation piece is something that we do when we
Mhm,
do our kind of somatic exercises.
mhm,
And we're definitely thinking that we like to kind of just we'll be bringing that in more regularly into our practice with you, people who are
mhm,
watching, so that you can also learn these little techniques, because that orientation piece is so key in and then so simple as a way of just grounding yourself when
mhm,
you may be feeling slightly overwhelmed or chaotic or out of control, or very static and feeling stuck or stagnated. There's
mhm,
orientation is a great way for both ends of that spectrum.
mhm,
I'm going to take us back though today to a couple of words that we shared right at the beginning of September, and the word in particular is savor. We talked about savoring. Actually, we talked about storing. We talked about the squirrels that might be kind of going off and gathering up all those acorns that are around, or conkers, or berries, or whatever that might be falling to the ground in terms of the harvest.
mhm,
And September is an absolutely magical month to savor in terms of the light, the colours, the harvest, our energy, and that savoring. When I'm saying it, I feel like it creates a sensation of within the mouth. There's like a
mhm,
tasting thing
mhm,
that's happening here, and it's like I'm really tasting all of my life. I'm tasting all of my experiences that are aware and around me right now. How when I'm saying the word to you, are you sensing any of that in your body?
I sense it in it's like an energy that comes inside myself and grounds me. It's
Mm.
like coming home. I feel it like a
Mm.
coming home in my body and in myself. Like, when I went on vacation, I was in the beginning of September,
Yeah.
and
August,
end of
September,
August.
end of
End
August.
of August,
Yes.
so it
Mm.
was a beautiful time because it was a time that maybe the temperature was not so hot and was
Mm.
more in the middle, and it allows to all this settling and
Mm.
enjoying, really savoring, no, savoring the sea, the company, because you are not like in this hotness or in this coolness that you're trying to just stay inside, but you can be in both worlds at the same time. So savoring comes into this settling and coming home, and I feel it in my body like water or energy that is coming from up, from the top to down, and feeling also a beautiful sense in my stomach of
Mm. And so that's that gut brain. The gut brain, it starts in the mouth,
yeah, it
goes
feels
down to our stomach and out. So that's,
joyful. Yeah, but
yeah.
joyful, settled, quiet, peaceful. It's a
Mm.
beautiful sense. I love September.
Yeah, it is one of my favorite months. So this savoring piece, we're just going to just share a very simple technique again. These are things
Mhm.
you do regularly that you can just tap into to ground yourself and just remind what's going well, what's the fullness of life that you're experiencing that you can just harvest in a small way through your days. We're going to start with an orientation.
Mhm.
And orientation, I think, is really key. Just as Gabby said, we're coming from one place to the next, from holidays to home, back to work, back off to new schools. You might be starting in a new organisation. We also talked about the beginning of the month of sort of like coming into birth in something, that gestation period of almost the 9 months of pregnancy, and then you're giving birth to something. So there is a newness. So orienting ourselves gives us a chance to ground ourselves and anchor ourselves when there's some kind of change happening around us. So the way we do this, and I'm hoping Gabby you'll join me, and I'm going to do it too. I'm slipping off my shoes, and I'm just putting my feet on the floor.
Mm.
I'm going to take my eyes. Maybe you take your eyes. I'm inviting you to take your eyes around your room. What's new? What's the same? What's different? Maybe let your eyes alight on something that your eyes enjoy seeing in the room around you. Just taking in your space. This is the space where you hopefully feel safe and secure. And coming back to home, reminding ourselves where we are and who we are. And then take your attention to your feet. And as you take your attention to your feet, notice the way your feet and your toes and your heels are making connection with the floor. And just today, let's do a little bit of extra grounding there and just really notice the energy that is flowing from you into the floor and from the ground up into you. And just receive some of that. And then take your attention to your thighs and your bottom, and how your body is being supported by your chair, however you're sitting. And notice some of that support that your body is getting, and give over some of your weight to your chair. So you're being anchored by the ground, supported by your chair. Take your attention up your spine, to the nape of your neck, to the top of your head, and then take a notice how your whole body is. Like there's a little mini me of you standing on the top of your head. Notice how your body is taking up space in this room. We are not floating in space. We are taking up space. So expand yourself. Take up a little bit more space. Stretch out into that room with your shoulders. Send some of your energy out. And then take your attention into your mouth, swallow it down. Past your heart into your gut, take a couple of deep breaths. As we feel anchored, taking up some space, we feel safe and secure here. And Gabby, now I'm going to ask you, as we start to think about savouring. And savouring is a notion of appreciation. It's taking pleasure in experiences, behaviours, something that's happened. We're going to do 3 different types of savouring. They came from a piece that I've read recently that I will share in our notes below. And the first one is I want you to think of, we're going to talk about reminiscing. And this is savouring the past. Savouring something that has recently happened to you, or maybe in a longer way in your past. So savouring and experience something that that made you very happy and brought you great joy. And as you're letting that reminiscing and that memory come back into you, You let it wash over the whole of your body from your head to your toe. And as you kind of take that sensation, all those emotions, a bit like what we talked about with the harvest, I'd like you to store that in your heart now. And now I want to take you to the present, as well we're in the present moment here. And I want you to savour something that you're enjoying right now, in this moment now. It could be sounds that you're hearing in your apartment. It could be a colour around you. It could be the way the light is falling. My attention is taken already to the reflection of my watch on the wall. As I move my hand, the light moves. It could be a smell, a scent in the air that you're taking in right now. Once you've got a hold of what that is, store that in your heart. And now we're going to step forward into the future. And here it's all about anticipation. Something that you're looking forward to. Something that you can visualize. A planned trip with your son, or something that's coming up with a friend or a loved one. Something that you're going to do that you're really excited about. Just take a sense of that. It's almost like a barcode. You're just reading that through, and you're maybe sensing that kind of anticipation in your mouth. Maybe there might be more saliva coming through in your mouth that you're excited to taste and enjoy. So take a little notion of what that is and store that in your heart. Three ways of savouring: reminiscing in the past, being present in the moment, and savouring the future through anticipation. A couple of deep breaths in and out now. And if there's any of that that you're happy to share, you don't have to share any at all, but is there anything there that delighted you in the art of savouring?
Well, I want to share that I have been savoring things that we take for granted, or I took for granted, like before Diego went through his illness, or my son, and had to walk with crutches. You know, you take for granted that you are gonna always be able to walk like you walk, or you know, I mean, we wake up in the morning and we breathe and we think it's gonna be always this way.
Yeah.
If we are ill or something happens and we are not feeling that way. And in the past months, it has been beautiful to see simple scenes that a boy or a child does, and seeing him doing it again and walking without pain. Crutches is such a beautiful scene, or hugging friends, longtime friends that I used to see more often when I live in Venezuela. Since 20 years, we have been like seeing less and less often, and being able to share with them. So these are things that that are grandiose, but they are not in this spectrum of spectacularity that nowadays people sometimes, or we tend to look for, or forward, or we are fit in. So I'm savoring these things, no? And in the present moment, I was just savoring being with you, and I'm so grateful to have this program with you, or to have this project, or this that we are
Channel, yeah.
yeah, cultivating together. And I savor that I didn't notice until you did this orientation and all these things, that you changed your scenario behind you, and you have now a rabbit. And you see, I had to settle down. We have been chatting for a while and I didn't notice it before. And that's the thing about coming back and savoring,
Yes.
noticing things that are obvious or are there, and
Yeah.
might be from our daily life. So yeah, appreciating life. Life is so abundant in
Mm.
so many ways, right? So that
Anything future related? Because you talked about
future
the present.
related, I've been savoring that my writing projects have been I have been having so many seats, no? So I published a book alone by myself, and I published some books together. And now in October, there's another book coming out with another group of women.
Lovely.
I'm gonna present it in the Frankfurt book fair. So yeah, I'm savoring that, but especially not only the publishing the book, but getting together with all these women, and they are coming to my home, and we are enjoying sometimes. So this share life, share projects,
Mm.
share passions, like I'm doing with you. So that's
Yeah.
my anticipation.
Collaboration.
Yeah, I love that. I love seeing how my life in the past years have come into more this heart-to-heart collaboration and sharing these passions and way of being in the world that brings more peace and presence that allow to savor life, simple things or daily things that I took for
Mm.
granted for many years.
Mm. Well, I'm really glad you appreciated that. I mean, savoring is something that you just, it's not just for September. You can do this all the way through your life, but it's
Mhm,
about cultivating a habit. And I
mhm,
think that cultivation of a habit is key.
mhm.
And again, these are some of the reasons why I'm here. It's about sharing wisdom and the wisdom that we have accrued through the various different journeys of our lives. We really want to hand on so that other people can have creative, enjoyable, enriching lives going forward. Yes, there's going to be messy times. Yes, there's going to be hard times. Yes, like
Mhm.
with your son, we have, the difficulty with his walking. We may get ill ourselves. Other loved ones will get ill. There will be wars. There will be challenges. But there's also the good side as well. And if we have that habit of savoring, we get into the habit of doing this, it is something that will be a wonderful resource for ourselves. When there is nothing around us, we have what's all of the experiences within our body that we can draw on as a resource.
That's a powerful thing that you said. For me, in the past years, it has built my trust, my inner trust in myself and in life, to know what you said, that I can, with my breathing, with taking a moment, with appreciating, be in moments that are quite stormy. And
Mm,
it gives it has given me inner freedom and serenity that 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 I feel that, yeah, it can come many. I don't know what it will come in the future, but I know that I'm building a good
mm,
um, earth or a good soil for
mm,
whatever comes. You know what I mean?
mm,
So it's I'm more prepared than I was in the past. In the past I trained myself as an engineer. I did PhD. I trained myself for the worldly things, the outside things, and now I feel that I have been training and gathering and sowing seeds of things that will be very useful in my life, because it doesn't matter how the outside looks like or whatever is taken from me materially. I have inside of me tools and habits and
resources.
besides all the relationships, as I say, it goes together with
Mm,
the, and that's why I'm so grateful in the past years, is that I have been growing inside and outside relationships, more strengthening my relationships.
wonderful.
Yeah.
So we're going to sign off now
Yeah.
from with wisdom for September, and it's been a joy being here with you, Gabby, as always.
Thank you, Sam. For me, it has been a gift. Thank you very much. See you
So,
soon.
see you
And
soon.
you say,
Was you going to say or me going to say? We're talking over each other today. You
sorry.
sign off. You sign off today, Gabby.
Okay. Okay. So thank you very much for watching us and join us in this savoring journey. If you like it, please subscribe. That allow us to reach more people, like and share. And let us know also. So write something in the comments to know how it landed. What are you savoring from the past, from the present, and in
Future.
in the future? See
Mm.
you soon, friends. Bye bye.
Bye.